On August 26, the Costa Pacifica made it to Poland, where we had the opportunity to visit Malbork, founded in the 13th century by the Knights of the Teutonic Order. The town is noted for its medieval Malbork castle, built in the 13th century as the order's headquarters, and of what later became known as Royal Prussia. The Malbork Castle, considered one of the largest in the world, is, since 1961, the seat of a museum, and in 1997 it was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List. The castle is a classic example of a medieval fortress and, on its completion in 1406, was the world's largest brick castle. The castle consists of three main elements: upper, middle, and low castle. The basic material for the construction of the castle was brick, limestone, and granite. The castle is located on the southeastern bank of the river Nogat. It was named Marienburg after Mary, patron saint of the religious order. The upper castle houses the Church of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Adorning the outside walls of the chancel is this replica of the 14th century original 8 meters tall statue of Virgin Mary and Child, made of artificial stone and covered with mosaic from Venice, that was destroyed during World War II. Views of the rampart and Warburg added in the 15th century. World War II destruction. The castle was expanded several times to house the growing number of knights. Soon it became the largest fortified Gothic building in Europe on a nearly 52-acre site. The castle has several subdivisions and numerous layers of defensive walls. The high, middle, and lower castles are separated by multiple dry moats and towers. The castle once housed approximately 3,000 brothers in arms. The outermost castle walls enclose 52 acres, 4 times the enclosed area of Windsor Castle. The gate on the Vaux Tower gave us access to the lower castle, where I captured pictures of the domestic buildings and the Church of St. Lawrence. Also in view were some of the middle castle buildings like the infirmary and the Cursa Stopa Tower. From the lower castle we crossed the drawbridge to access the gate tower leading to the middle castle courtyard. Now in view the portcullis of the middle castle gate tower. Cute wicket gate, part of the security to access the middle castle courtyard. Entered through this formidable gate tower, this part of the fortress was the administrative center and guest quarters of the fortress, providing all the facilities necessary for generous hospitality. Monument group of the Grand Masters adorning the courtyard. The Grand Master's residence, one of the most outstanding achievements of the European Gothic, projected from the southwest angle of the middle castle. Also part of the middle castle is the Grand Refectory or Knight's Hall, which was the largest reception hall in the Malbork stronghold during the medieval times. It was here that the Grand Masters hosted their numerous guests from all over Europe. The room was built around year 1340, is supported by 3 pillars and has dimensions of 30 meters long, 15 meters wide and 9 meters high. As it adjoins to the Palace of the Grand Masters, it is considered part of the so-called representative complex. The low hall's interior shows a cruciform vault decorated with a beautiful vine motif, which in the Middle Ages was the most important among symbolic plants. The high hall or vestibule, also decorated with vine motifs, gives access to the summer refectory.
By one pillar. You can see wooden door in the wall. The wooden door was done by the elevator from the kitchen.
This handsome door gives access to the food elevator from the kitchen. The summer and winter refectories, 2 halls located in the Grand Master's Palace, are among the most impressive interiors of the late Middle Ages. The star vaults of the 2 light-flooded square halls are each supported by a single slender granite column. This door grants access to the Kingdom Hall. The gate leading to the High Castle courtyard is adorned by a relief of a Grand Master. In view the High Castle courtyard and the water well, topped by a pelican feeding its young ones. The pelican was a mascot of the Order of the Teutonic Knights. This sculpture represents a mother pelican feeding her chicks with her own blood, representative of Christ's sacrifice. In view the castle's main tower. A watermill transmission. Now in view the convent kitchen. The interior was arranged in such a way that one could get the impression that the cook had just walked away from the hearth and pots to go to the basement for spices and herbs. This little devil actually points the way to the latrine in the upper castle. The Gothic entrance to the Church of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the upper castle hints of something wonderful inside. The church interior. The triptych or retable with the coronation of the Blessed Virgin Mary survived the war without serious damage. Unfortunately, in 1945 it was stolen and almost all its parts were dispersed. The process of putting the artifact back together and restoring it to its former splendor lasted for 2 decades, from the mid-1970s to 1996. The restored pulpit and surroundings. Frescoes adorning the walls of the Church of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Remains of a crucifix. Hallway leading to the Church of the Blessed Virgin Mary in the upper castle. The spiral staircase. Ceiling detail. The timber bridge over the Nogat River. The castle is well situated on the river Nogat, which allowed easy access by barges and trading ships arriving from the Vistula and Baltic Sea. During their governance, the Teutonic Knights collected river tolls from passing ships. The Teutonic Knights may have overstayed their welcome in Poland, but they left behind this beautiful castle, and thanks to diligent restoration efforts, it is still here for us to enjoy today.